Picture a place where volcanoes fling molten fire while sapphire blue glaciers sparkle on the horizon, both in the very same frame. Welcome to Iceland, an island nation a shade over 103,000 square kilometers, just a tad larger than Hawaii, perched on the edge of the Arctic Circle. Thanks to the Gulf Stream, winters feel surprisingly mild for this latitude, but the real show happens overhead. On the summer solstice, the sun refuses to set, while deep in winter darkness blankets everything for a full 24 hours. With barely 400,000 residents, as many people as pack a Brazilian soccer match, every face looks familiar, and the Icelandic language still echoes the Old Norse spoken a millennium ago. Coincidence that even the president soaks in the very same hot springs as everyone else? Only 180 kilometers separate Reykjavík from Reynisfjara's black sand, yet the drive cuts across moss-draped lava fields and snow-capped ridges. When you arrive, basalt columns rise like medieval ramparts, while waves, some nearly 12 meters high, crash without mercy. Don't be shocked if you meet sunbathers without bikini tops. Topless or discreet nudity is perfectly legal, as long as no one is bothered. Personal freedom here is taken as seriously as a gale warning. Do you brave that roaring blend of stone and surf, or watch from a distance while salted wind nips your cheeks? Translucent skin, ice blue eye, hiking boots, and a laptop that laughs. At Frost, Icelandic women seem lifted from a saga, yet they drive taxis, run companies, and summit cliffs all in one day. With such a tiny population, though, landing a date with a cousin is a real hazard. Enter the Íslendinga app. 2 taps and you know whether your match is a third cousin or simply another Skyr addict. Sex positive and refreshingly unstuck. On nationality, they prize honesty and respect. Hunting for a foolproof icebreaker? Drop an 8 in the comments and we'll trade tips. Forget crowded coffee shops and endless timelines. In the land of fire and ice, conversations happen in 38 degrees Celsius water. Geothermal pools stay open from sunrise till the wee hours. And there is no VIP line. It is perfectly normal to find strangers, celebs, or the president himself shoulder to shoulder, hashing out politics, striking business deals, or sparking romances beneath a cozy sulfur mist. Ever dreamed of sealing a contract while lounging in a volcanic hot tub? For Icelanders, that is just a Tuesday. Scattered across volcanic valleys and snow-dusted plains, minimalist wooden cabins, many without electricity or internet, offer refuge to anyone craving primordial silence. Spring water, wood-burning stoves, makeshift wind turbines, and long hikes to civilization turn daily life into a patience workout. This is no glamping gimmick. It is living heritage. Step into ancestral rhythms. And remember, we are still forged from stardust and lava ash. Could you unplug for a week with nothing but creaking timber and whispering wind for company? Imagine 2/3 of an entire country willingly spitting into test tubes for science. Decode. Genetics pulled it off, collecting DNA from roughly 270,000 Icelanders to catalog mutations tied to cancer, heart disease, and Alzheimer's, while tracing whole Viking clans. With a few clicks, any citizen can discover a gene for ocean-going grit or extreme cold resistance, greatest act of collective altruism, or just Icelandic pride writ large. Up north stands a settlement, frozen in time, sod-roofed timber houses, smiths hammering blades, weavers spinning wool, and bread baking on hot stones. Visitors don armor, row sleek longboats, forge axes, or die heroically in staged battles. Come Christmas, dragon-proud ships race lit fjords, and Viking wrestling heats up the snow. Could you spend a day tech-free, axe in hand, runes on your chest? Or would you sprint back to safe Wi-Fi? Iceland's capital might look like a pastel village when sunlight kisses wooden facades, but spin the clock once and you will see it never sleeps. Morning brings cobblestone streets alive with stroller-pushing mums and cyclists gliding toward co-working lofts, while cinnamon-laced steam escapes bakery doors. Out on the pier, boats head for Faxafloy Bay, where sperm whales breach for ecstatic cameras. By late afternoon, tours depart for the Blue Lagoon, a milky turquoise sea whose silica masks promise elf-soft skin. After dark, wool sweaters swap for leather and neon. Pubs like B5 and Pricked thrum with rock, jazz and EDM. Rooftops reflect a liquid aurora, bar lights dancing on the cold Atlantic. The finale, folks belting Bohemian Rhapsody in thermal pools. Mic shared with rising vapor. Who knew karaoke was practically an Olympic sport here? Encircled by black lava rock, the Blue Lagoon feels like a glitch in the Matrix. 39 degrees Celsius, milk blue water steaming against basalt walls. Suspended silica lends an alien spa vibe and supposedly heals even broken hearts. To the east, Vatnajökull National Park cradles Europe's largest glacier in a frozen cathedral. Cobalt blue ice tunnels amplify every exhaled gasp. Farther inland, Landmannalaugar flaunts mountains striped with sulfur, iron oxides, and neon moss, sliced by hot rivers begging for an Arctic Circle dip. If Mars had a wellness retreat, this would be it. When half the population believes in elves, someone has to guard them, even if they are invisible. Multi-million-dollar projects reroute roads to avoid occupied hills, like the highway redesign in Kópavogur. Ragnhildur Jónsdóttir, Iceland's official elf translator, consults rocks before bulldozers advance. The paradox is delicious. The same nation leading cutting-edge genetics hires mediums to negotiate with ethereal folk. Would you risk angering an elf to save a few minutes of commute? Drop a 6 if you want to hear how beer bans and elves collide in this story. Icelandic picnics require no bug spray. Endless freeze-thaw cycles and volcanic soil keep mosquito eggs from maturing. Ants gave up millennia ago. Result? Hikes on dormant volcanoes without that pesky earbuzz, and nights with windows wide open, serenaded only by the hush of wind. If Paradise had a soundtrack, track 1 would be nothing. Craving something stronger than light beer? Time for a treasure hunt. Only state-run Vinbúðin shops can sell beverages above 2.25% alcohol by volume. They close early, especially on weekends. So Friday afternoons see lines rivaling stadium concerts. Officials cite public health. Locals call it strategic marathon, calculating nighttime stock before 1800 hours. Yet bar fights are scarce. Maybe Nordic manners, maybe cold air discouraging outdoor showdowns. Come November, Reykjavík morphs into a giant speaker box. Iceland Airwaves scatters stages through tiny cafes, stone churches, and old waterfront warehouses. Indie bands share tables with fans while avant-garde artists paint live murals as snow kisses the pavement. Then 1st of March marks Beer Day, celebrating the end of Prohibition from 1915 to 1989. Tankards hoisted under confetti flurries, pop art, Viking costume, toasts echoing into steaming lagoons. Curious why beer was ever banned in a land of eternal chill. Comment 6 to find out how 74 beerless years reshaped local culture. Power that is 99% renewable keeps utility bills modest, about $200 United States dollars a month for unlimited hot water and electricity. But a one-bedroom downtown rents for over $1,200. Add groceries, buses, and a gym pass, and Reykjavík life hovers between $2,000 and $2,500 monthly. On the upside, crime rates are so low that police rarely carry guns, and jails resemble minimalist lodges. With no standing army, the nation pours funds into education and healthcare, attracting digital nomads who only need a 90-day Schengen visa to test Icelandic living, trading tropical beaches for auroras and 8 degrees Celsius cappuccinos worth Thick, slightly tart Skyr meets midnight sun berries and a drizzle of Arctic wildflower honey. In colder months, lamb soup simmered with earthy roots perfumes entire homes, carrying echoes of long, Viking winters. Fresh-caught fish hit plates with minimal seasoning, pure ocean flavor, no distractions. Yet a once iconic delicacy is now banned, once a badge of courage. Want to know what it is? Leave a 2 in the comments, and let's chat culinary curiosities. Between blazing lava and eternal ice, invisible elves and gene sequencers, submerged karaoke and mosquito-less hush, Iceland proves impossible contrasts can harmonize perfectly. After all, where else can you grab a vegan latte, clinch a deal, in steaming water, and row a Viking ship beneath a midnight sun?